Hi, you guys. Leanne Holitza here at the Healing Studio, getting ready to do our weekly Oracle check-in. We are going to check in as a whole, like a start of our collective energies with the Yantra deck. And then this week we'll do a 1, 2, 3, and then your private readings with the Enchanted Map. If you've never done this before, you want to type me please in the comment section and I will get to you as soon as I can. You guys are now showing up as your YouTube names to me, so it's an at whatever. So that's probably how I'm going to call you guys out as far as who I'm reading for. Um, Lovely little Tanzanite helper today from a friend of mine who brought it back, and we're also going to use the Lotus Way Wild Abundance spray, which when you're doing the flower essence sprays, like directly using them. I don't have any more sprays left in stock here. You can get them directly from Lotus Way, or I do have some elixirs, which is you take orally. So for some wild abundance this week, if anybody's interested. Let's see. We're still working through our way through Energy on Purpose membership, which is turning out to be nice and supportive for the year. If you haven't checked that out, need a little extra energy support. Also got our normal stuff going on, but also lots of new stuff. I just attended the reset class on Wednesday with my husband, and it was good. It was a really good reminder of some mental health and stress management. So that was good. Yeah. So we've got some sound baths with like art and doodling, some midlife resets. I mean, it's going to be fun this year, you guys. I can't wait. All right, let's get started on our weekly reading. First card. Oh, I love this. I'm teaching this class today in the Higher Self Mastery. Abundance. Woohoo, being grateful. Now, abundance, you guys, is not about money. This is about everything in the right proportions according to your need for abundance. Okay, so don't give yourself an assignment that is somebody else's agenda. It's your abundant agenda. Be grateful for what you have. Make stock of what you have. Give yourself a moment to just really give yourself the truth about all the things you have. All right. This week is not an action week necessarily. Of course, there's things to do. And it would be good to take the next steps as it makes sense, but no forcing anything this week. Okay. Let the obstacles get removed. Let the next steps be easy and obvious. The end of the week, we got a little drama, life sideways. What that just says, though, is be awake in the drama. See that the drama is there, but don't be in the drama. Stay out of the drama. You are not going to get anybody clean by using your muddy hands to wipe the mud off their faces. Get out, get clean, get clear, and then see about stepping in. Okay, so that's the end of this week. Here we go. Now, if you're watching this later, this is your first card. If you're watching it live, thank you for watching live too. This is your first card. If we get cards 3 times in a row, that means that's the message for all of us for the week. So you might as well hang out till the end, even if you're at the top of the list. Okay? All right. So we're using the map. She does do reverse, which is normally a protective message. It's Colette Baird Reed's deck. Okay, here we go. Tune in. 1, 2, 3. Which one is yours? All right, if you picked 1, you're working on listening. This could be listening to music to change your mood. This could be listening to the compliments around you. This can be about not talking over anybody and really listening to what is being said more clearly. Ask questions, follow-up questions. If you picked 2, you got strength upside down. What I'm hearing from your guides that means is that this balancing act that you feel like you have to do to hold the whole world up, it's going to change a little bit. You're not going to have to be strong just because the strength is required, but you're going to recognize that you've always been strong, even when you felt the weakest. And this is just a week of recognizing that. Okay. And if you picked 3, you're doing Field of Dreams. This is basically saying, let some of the things hatch that you have asked to hatch. Let yourself be aware that your whole life is a big magical consciousness dream, and it would be really good to focus on being grateful for that. Yes, we can all complain about stuff, but we can also all just embrace. All right, let's get down the list here. If you've never done this before, you just type me please in the comments and I will get to you. Starting from the top of the list. Colin and Terry. Colin. Stuck in the mud. Okay. So see how there's a little bird friend on top of him? I mean, you might feel a little stuck right now, but the little bird friend could fly away whenever they want, and they don't. They stick around, they help out. You're really being asked to just kind of recognize that being stuck in the mud doesn't mean it's going to last forever. It doesn't mean that it's going to feel great at the moment. But remember that card that we got for the helper card, like it's not an action week. Don't struggle in the mud. Okay, Terry, you got moonlight upside down. So you see the owl. It's kind of about coming into your own wisdom and coming into like, see how there's some sadness in her embrace. She's just kind of contemplating and going inward about the way things have gone. So this week would be a good week to do that, but not to torture yourself, but to just have some wisdom. Okay, some all that you've learned reflection. Okay. Austin, Chris, and Robin. Austin, you got the bone collector upside down. This is about being teachable, okay? Not necessarily when it's upside down, it's kind of saying you're not the teacher necessarily this week. This week is a week to learn, to be open, to let yourself see what is the wisdom of the ancients, ancestors, that kind of thing. All right. So be open to learning from your elders, basically. Chris, you're going to work with the balancing act. Okay. Now there's little hearts here. So it's like, do it with love. Get yourself aware that everything is a little bit of a balancing act, and particularly taking care of yourself and your wellness in times of stress and struggle. It's really important to make sure to not spend more energy than you can ever make up again. Okay. So being careful this week. Robin, you got deep freeze upside down. What I'm hearing is that you're coming out of a time that has been a contemplative pause state. And now it might be time to start seeing what action is. Now, remember our card at the beginning says no action this week, but it might be a week where you start to look at what actions could be taken throughout the year. Okay. And your guides say, stay grounded. Okay, BB-zish and Salmon. BB-zish. You got Wizard of Awareness. Basically what this is saying is when your eyes are wide open and you pay attention to what is happening all around you, you will get to use your magical skill of awareness to shift things. When you're paying attention to stuff, especially stuff that people are intentionally trying to not be paid attention to, just you don't have to even say it. You just see it, and it changes it. It creates a new relationship with it. Okay, so pay attention this week. Awareness. Salmon, you got strength upside down. Second time we've seen this. So work on acknowledging that you already are strong, that everything that you've been through is not necessarily just suffering, but there's strength. And if you can affirm your strength, that will help you get through. Not like, oh, I'm so strong, stiff strength, but like, I got this. Okay. Diane S., you're going to work with solitude. Okay. So being okay with being alone, being okay with being the lighthouse. This is actually a big message for the year for healers is the lighthouse doesn't go looking for the boats. The lighthouse stands alone, shining the light, trying to keep the boats safely guided home. So this is kind of can be a lonely job sometimes, and just kind of be the light that needs to be shined, and don't know that might feel a little lonely this week. Kara, Tatiana, Kai, and Kenzie. Kara. Okay, you got follow the leader, but you got it upside down. Okay. So basically this is saying you're the leader. Don't follow anyone else. Stay in your own leadership role and give yourself a chance to just kind of acknowledge there isn't really anyone to follow right now. Tatiana, you got upside down bone collector too. This is second time we've seen this card, so it might be for all of us. But basically be teachable this week. Stay open. You're not necessarily the teacher. You're going to be the learner. Okay. Kai, you got education upside down. All right. So basically, this week is not necessarily a heavy focus on education this week. It's going to be a week to just kind of focus on more of emotional needs and getting in your body and integrating what you've already learned. Okay. Kenzie, you got peaks of joy, but upside down. Okay. So it's basically saying aren't always going to feel amazing. You're not always going to feel joyful, and that's okay. The sadness and the struggles, those are information too, right? It's checking in and just saying to yourself, is this as big as it feels? Maybe it's not. Okay. All right. Stephanie R. You got intention, but you got it upside down. Okay. So I'm hearing from your guides what this means is that you've already set the intention. Now let the seeds fly. Don't be so focused on one thing. Don't be myopic. Just let this zoom out a little bit. Okay. Miranda. Oof, rock bottom. Love this card sometimes. It's going to be a low week for you, and it's like you can't go anywhere else, so don't worry. But sometimes acceptance is the only way to start off the week with something like that. When it's rock bottom, it's like accept it and accept that this is when real innovative change happens, okay? Janelle and Donnie. Janelle, you're stuck in the mud. Also, writes it up. Second time we've seen it. Okay, so just basically it's like acknowledge, yep, I feel stuck. The little birdie on his back is saying I could fly away at any time and leave you here, but I won't. So somebody's got your back. Really trusting that there is something to be figured out here at this time if you just stop struggling. Donnie, if you picked one at the beginning, you're getting it down, double down, listening. Listen to music to change your mood. Be sure to ask more questions and listen to the answers fully before responding. Really be aware of what you hear this week. Mountain River, home. So this message has been coming up, and see the little owl in the tree? Come back to yourself. You are your home. Find where that feels like a place to be, where you feel at home with yourself, where you feel grounded, where you feel in love with yourself. Okay. Kimberly P. and Juan Carlos. Kimberly, you are being asked to be wide open. Open your heart. Stand out on that cliff. See the butterfly in the picture. It's time to move forward. Whatever you've been going through is kind of shifting now to asking you to be wide open. Juan Carlos. Bone collector right side up. So this third time we've seen this card, but only once right side up. You're the teacher. Be the teacher. Have some teachability from the universe. Share what you know. Give yourself the credit that you may know more than you know you know. And you may assume that just because you know it, everybody knows it, which is not true. Ooh. All right. Tanya B. Strength right side up. First time we've seen it right side up. Third time we've seen the card. This is basically saying work with your balancing act. Work with your flexibility. Work with understanding what you carry around as a choice. Okay. Give yourself awareness that some of these things you could put down if you want to do, but you like to flex in certain areas. Let yourself flex. Okay. Jenny B. You got a one-ring circus going on this week, okay? What that basically means is you're counting on yourself right now. You are the one making things happen, and it's okay. Like sometimes it can feel like a lot, but here's the thing I'm hearing from your guides. It's your circus. Only play the acts that feel fun to play. Don't just do it out of obligation. Do it out of what you want to share with the world, and just do it on your own. Don't wait for instructions. Kalina. You got flying upside down, okay? So you can see that there's a maze and the horse is out of the maze by flying, but it's upside down. So basically what this is saying is that you are in a conundrum right now that you could get yourself out of, but you're still trying to learn it or understand it and trying to understand that what your own strength and power is, your wings. So it may not be a week necessarily to feel like you're flying high, but you can know that it's coming, okay? Seriously wonderful, Courtney. Second time, fourth time. Okay, bone collector, be the teacher. Know the passage of time has taught you a lot. Give yourself an awareness that you have a minute to have this stage of your own, to be on your soapbox to teach. Okay. Janelle's sister Janice is going to follow the leader upside down. Second time we've seen this. There is no leader to follow, and time definitely is not your leader this week. So give yourself the reins. Give yourself the flashlight. You're the leader. Take the steps, okay? Trust yourself in the process. Kimberly. You got coming to life upside down. So she's coming out of the stone, but it's in the protective. Don't rush it, is what I'm hearing from your guides. And don't refer to anybody else about this. You've kind of been waiting for permission to come up to life, and it's like, nope, now's the time to just see how you already have come to life and you didn't even know it. Tiff W, you got education upside down. I'm hearing with this one to not focus on learning anything new, but let what you've already learned integrate. Okay. Let it come to you and let it balance you into a place where you can say, I already know a lot, but I want to turn it into wisdom and use it on my own behalf. Elizabeth Z, you got the one ring circus upside down. Okay, so in the protective, what that's basically saying is you've got this. You are doing a lot more than maybe is your fair share, and know that you are doing it as a choice right now. And when it is time for you to stop choosing, it'll be obvious. Okay. So this week, just embrace the one ring circus feeling. Catherine S, you are working with peaks of joy in the right side. So opening up, having fun, just have fun, really getting tickled by the crazy things that are happening around you. Whatever you can find as an essence of just playfulness and joyfulness this week, okay? Taryn, oh, I shuffled. You got peaks of joy too. All right, those came together. So I'm going to pull, it came in 2 in a row. So I'm just going to pull up the little phrasing from the book because I think it's worth it when it's like, oh, no, we're still trying to get this message through. Your life is filled with happiness to share it with others. Okay, so this is a week to be in happiness and share your joy and share it nice and openly. Eli, you're working with the magic stream. Okay, so this is really letting yourself acknowledge where it comes from, when it comes from unexpected places, how it's always come. Sometimes you can definitely feel like there's a trickle and then there's a gush, but it's always coming. So kind of notice where the magic is trying to get you to be in alignment with it so that it can continue to be surprising, not predictable necessarily. Anita, you got a magic prayer upside down. Okay, what I'm hearing from that is don't do any more A, B, C, D, E's. I'm praying for this and then I'm praying for that because I don't know if this is going to come. Just know that your prayers are already being heard. Sit in the silence of that and let it come through and show you. Okay, let the universe talk this week. Heidi M, you're making a choice this week. Okay, and you can see these could be big choices. It could be life-changing choices. And it's just, one of those things where it's going to be a good chance to see what you truly want. And by the way, happy birthday. Now, you guys, one of the things you can do for yourselves is play around with the numerology of this year, because we're entering into a 1 year, which is beginnings. Okay. Now, the way to find your own personal year is to add your month, your day, and then to this year's date. And that's this year's number. Okay. So let's say if you have 10/23, that's my birthday, I do 1 + 2, 3. Okay. So 2, that would be 6. And then I'd add another 1, which makes this year a 7 for me. Okay. And then you can go look it up. What does a 7 year mean? And what should I focus on? So play around with it, especially if it's your birthday. All right. Janelle, you're asking for Jen. Jen, you're making a choice. Okay. So this is one of those things. We just bounced it up against itself. So I'm going to read the number read the little blurb because it came back to back. You're required to come to a decision now. Woo. Okay. So time to make some decisions this week, Jen. Okay, Janelle's with Tori. Let's see what Tori's up to. Tori, rock bottom. Okay. So second time we've seen this, you guys, but it's like this is nowhere, it's just acceptance, nowhere to go from from here, go up, really kind of, but stop for a second. Don't push so much. Don't try so hard. Okay. All right. And if you guys are watching and you haven't me pleased yet, please feel free to. There'll be plenty of time, I think, to get to everybody. Coming to National Geographic now. Oh, third time's a charm. Yay, all of us, rock bottom. All right, so you know what that means. I'm going to pull up the book and I'm going to tell us a little more from Colette, see what she wants to tell us about this week ahead for all of us. As difficult as it may be to accept, it seems you've reached a point where you can go no further in the same manner in which you've been doing things. Perhaps you've hit a proverbial brick wall or experienced a deep sense of loss and don't know where to turn. The old way of doing things must be discarded fully in order to move onward and upward. A new direction and a new strategy is called for. The only way out is through surrender. Accept things as they are and admit that you have no idea what to do next. If you wait in the heartfelt moment of release, and stairway will appear like magic, and all manner of synchronicities will show you the way to higher ground. The rock bottom card is a sign that a miracle is about to occur only if you let go completely. Surrender. All right, that's for all of us, you guys. Thanks, Gina. Kelly and Matthew. Kelly, magic prayer upside down for you too. Basically, this is the prayers have been heard. Stop asking over and over because it's already, now it just needs time to brew. No need to worry. It's already in the to-do list, okay? Matthew, you've got goblins upside down. So this is kind of like, what are the little saboteurs in your life? And how can you get a little more honest about those saboteurs so that you don't let them rule you? Okay. Because, sometimes we can sabotage ourselves. Get in there and find the goblins. Lisa, you got the talisman card. This is basically telling you to get some little helper friends this week. Pull out your bracelets, pull out your crystals, pull out your necklaces, whatever, and give them some assignments for you this week to remind you about the path ahead of you. Okay. All right. Eat 100 foods. Third time's a charm for education and the protective. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull this up. Let's see how much it aligns with what the guides are saying to me. Stubbornness and the desire to know it all and be right no matter what will not get you what you want. Or could it be that you're afraid to be seen as someone who knows less than you're supposed to? Could you be flying through life by the seat of your pants, hoping no one will notice you're skimming the surface of things? Life is filled with lessons, some bitter, some sweet. A strident lust for certainty will never bring you the wisdom you seek. Pretending to know more than you do won't make you wise. Be assured that not knowing is a magical place to be. All manner of mysteries are revealed. Be open. It's okay not to know. All right, that's for all of us, you guys. It's okay not to know. We're at rock bottom, and we can't be stubborn about being right. Christy, Lisa, and Kira. Christy, you've got protecting the treasure in the upside down. So this is more, I'm hearing more about like to really revisit what the treasure even is, and really get honest about how you can protect that long-term treasure and not just worry about like the crown and the coins kind of thing. Lisa, you are working on commitment. All right, so maybe a little romance this week or a little looking into what you're avoiding around that would be good, just kind of to see what, and maybe really tune back into your desires there. Kira, you're bringing magic prayer to the upright position. So it's third time we've seen it, first time upright. Magic prayer. Go ahead and say some magic prayers. Ask for what you want. Let the universe know. Be intentional about your asks. Be open about what you are requesting. Okay? All right. Just, however you like to pray. If it's journaling, if it's writing it down and burning it, whatever. Denise. You got slow and steady in the protective. Slow down this week. Go slow. Give yourself a minute to recognize that it doesn't really, matter if you run fast. You're not necessarily going to get anywhere because you're too tired and you're just going to fall down and hurt yourself. So just take a breath. Go slow and steady. All right. Okay, if you just joined, hi, and please type me, please, if you want a card for the week. I'm going to go ahead and throw a card for my husband, Matt. See if he brings us to 3 times the charm again. Kind of. So stuck in the mud, he got in the protective. We've seen it in the upright position twice. Now this is the 3rd time we've seen it. So when it's in this place, it's kind of saying, you put yourself in the mud and maybe you could get yourself out if you like, and then noticing that there is a little birdie friend that could fly away if they like and they don't. So kind of feeling that people have your back, that kind of thing. Yeah, so there we go, you guys. I can give you a little bit of what I'm thinking the summary means. And if you're just joining, hi, type me please. We have just a few minutes left. But so far the week has been, be grateful about your abundance. Check in, be honest, give yourself some gratitude. Know that it's not really a heavy action week. It's a week to kind of take stock because there's some drama being invited at the end of the week and we don't necessarily want to get sucked into it. We're going to focus on accepting where we are, which may feel like rock bottom, and focus on feeling like we need to be right and maybe feeling like we are a little bit of an imposter, and just accepting that we're not necessarily going to have all the answers at this time. So I appreciate you all for hanging out with me during this time period. I will be back online next week. I'm feeling like definitely some shifting is going on for 2026. A lot of grounded energy going on right now. So that's all good. Back to Teaching Energy Awareness 101 helps me feel grounded because I get back to the thing I'm looking for to see in the world. I get back to see it in other people's eyes as they wake up to it. So that's kind of fun. Anyways, all right, you guys, been fun hanging out. Go be amazing.